So we're here with the assistant coach of the Barbados senior men's national football team, Mr. Kent Hall. Kent, the Barbados Tridents are in Cuba ahead of their game versus the hosts tomorrow. Just talk to us a little bit about the team's feeling and their chances against this opponent.
Well, since we've arrived in Cuba, it's been a little bit rough, but the boys are encouraged by the performance in the last match against Antigua. Disappointed, of course, with the result, having played so well and created so many chances. But nonetheless, confident because of it. We're going to be playing on artificial turf, which is what we train on as well. So it kind of feels a little bit like we'll be on a home ground in that sense. We expect, of course, the atmosphere here, a big crowd for Cuba. So it'll be a little different in that regard. But I think going into it, we're pretty confident that we can play the football that we like to play.
Any changes to the team ahead of the match tomorrow?
Yeah, a couple changes. I won't speak out of turn. You'll know when they step out on the field, but we had to consider various things, of course, not least of which is keeping guys fresh for this intense schedule. 4 matches in 11 days is pretty rough for anyone, and obviously for guys that are not quote-unquote professionals in the sense of being able to live football all day, every day, all of their lives. It tends to be quite a challenge to keep their bodies in shape. So the staff, of course, is always working hard to keep them as fresh as possible, and that's going to be important too. You know, it's going to be a game that we're going to require some energy. Playing in the sun at 4 p.m. is going to require some of that. So a few different factors going into the selection, but we're confident that the boys can do the job.
How important is the squad rotation? You mentioned 4 games in 10 days.
It's absolutely critical. There's no way you can field the same 11 for all 4 games and think you're going to get the output at the same level in all 4 games. And you got to also look at the group in totality and see, you know, where you're more likely maybe to pick up points, that you can be a little more aggressive at chasing wins, and obviously that changes by the match as well, because the results tend to dictate to an extent how you can approach each game.
Looking back, what can the Tridents do different than they did versus Antigua versus this Cuba team? Right.
Well, without stating the obvious, that would be finishing, right? But we know that if they get the ball on the ground and do the things that they did in that game, we will create chances. We create good chances. It's just a question of being able to convert them. There are obviously other things we can improve on. We did give up a couple opportunities, which we'll look at and try to avoid happening again. And then the dying stages of the game, you know, you start to get little elements of fatigue and what's not coming in, and we need to make sure then that, especially we get guys off the bench that kind of help to raise the level, the intensity, and to boost us back up. And then I think we'll be more mindful in this game, especially how fresh the last game loss is in our minds, to make sure that we're a little extra focused in the dying minutes of the game.
Thanks a lot, Coach Kench, and all the best to the team tomorrow.
Thank you very much.